I'm sitting in the front seat with Mama and little Bobby, my kid brother. In the back seat, the Libby twins are fighting again. They're always getting wrapped around the axle about something. Mama says they're jealous one might get more attention than the other, but I always thought they just enjoyed fighting. Mama's driving us to Little League practice in our 1957 emerald green Chevrolet station wagon. It's a real sharp car. Daddy special ordered it direct from Detroit because Mama is real particular about her things. She says nothing reflects back on you like your car does. And being a farmer in Miss North Little Rock, she certainly doesn't want to go around town looking tacky. I'm not bragging, but Mama is gorgeous. Her beauty operator swears she could be Loretta Young's kid sister. Even to take us to baseball practice, Mama will get all dolled up. A nice cocktail dress, high heels, a good pocketbook, and those single-strand Mickey Moto pearls Daddy gave her on their wedding day. When I was little, I used to call them her Mickey Mouse pearls. I mishear things sometime. I think I get it from Mama. In the backseat, Larry and Jerry Libby have been fighting ever since we picked them up. They're playing Gotcha Last. It's a game where you punch a kid in the arm and holler, "Gotcha last." Then the kid waits until you aren't looking and tries to hit you back. Let me tell you, Gotcha last can get real old quick. If a kid gets way out of line, Mama will set him straight. But most of the time, she is just as sweet as she can be. Today, however, I can tell the Libby twins are starting to get on her last nerve. Then, little Bobby slugs my arm hard and hollers, "Gotcha last." I'm about ready to thump him a good one back when Mama explodes. "Caleb Michael Koehler, don't you dare hit your little brother. When Mama three names you, you know you're busted." I unclench my fist. The Libby twins get the message too and stop gotcha lasting each other in the back seat. It gets real quiet in the car, too quiet, like they say in the movies. I'm embarrassed by Mama singling me out, so I blurt out the first thing that pops into my poor head. "Mama, remember Jill Parkin, our old babysitter?" "Of course, dear," Mama says. "She's just a darling girl, and a wonderful Miss Venable Lumber, too. She's going to win the pageant hands down, just like I did." Mama's voice sounds happy, too happy, like she's trying to make up for yelling at me in front of everyone. Then again, it could be she's remembering winning the pageant as Miss Venable Lumber herself. "But Mama," I say, "Larry says Jill wears false teeth." The back seat begins to shake convulsively before the first wave of laughter breaks out. Mama's brow furrows like a freshly plowed field. "Larry, darling, is that true?" Her Revlon red lips part and form a hole the size of a quarter. "I mean, Jill's such a lovely girl with such a nice figure." "Yes, ma'am, that's what I heard." Larry bites his lower lip, but a repressed giggle still escapes like a silent but deadly you-know-what. This tickles Jerry so much, he rolls on his back, his feet bicycling the air. His high-pitched giggles sound like exploding popcorn from the hot oil cooker at the Park Theater. Pretty soon the Libby twins are laughing so hard they start hiccuping, which makes them laugh even harder. I see Mama's face turn as red as her lipstick. "Stop it, boys, stop." Her words are staccato. "Right this minute." The brakes on the Chevrolet shriek like the Banshee and Darby O'Gill and the Little People. We shudder to a stop up on the shoulder of the road near the Vestal Park ball fields. It gets quiet again, too quiet. I see Mama make a face and then twist around her seat to let Larry and Jerry have it. Some people have naturally mean faces, but Mama isn't one of them. These folks who can look mean as a snake whenever they want, I'm talking about TV wrestlers, bill collectors, or even those old nuns at St. Patrick's who smack your knuckles with the ruler if you cut us in class. Then again, they have to. It's their job. But Mama, being a beauty queen and all, has absolutely no clue how to look mean. She's gotten herself into a staring contest with the Libby twins, and I can't tell right then if she's going to smack them or end up crying. To me, she looks like Natalie Wood in West Side Story when Chino tells her Tony killed Bernardo at the Rumble to, you know, avenge Riffenall. Poor Natalie is all trembling and broke up, right? Then she goes berserk and starts pounding poor Chino with his fist. Mama's got that same look. Just before she explodes. Shame on you, boys. Don't you know it's a sin to make fun of the afflicted? Mama's voice gets louder. Think of that poor girl's feelings. Having to wear false teeth at her age. Bless her heart. She must have been in some horrible accident or suffered an incurable gum disease as a child. Well, Larry and Jerry look like they expect to get slapped into next week. Dead air fills the car like smoke in the dry ice well of a popsicle truck. But nothing happens. The only thing Mama slaps is the Chevrolet into gear. At the ballpark, we all jump out of the car like a pack of scalded dogs. Halfway to the field, I turn around and look back. Through the windshield of the Chevrolet, I see Mama daubing her eyes with her monogrammed lavender handkerchiefs with scalloped edges. Larry Libby has me in a headlock behind the backstop of the ball field. You moron, he shouts. He's giving me one hell of a noogie. I beg God, please, don't let Larry blab this to the whole team. But Larry didn't get the memo from the Almighty. Damn it, Koehler, he curses. What I told you was Jill Parkin wears falsies, not false teeth. The team draws around us like somebody pulled a giant invisible purse string. Do you even, know what falsies are, Koehler? I begin to sweat big drops. I feel like a bug under the magnifying glass of the sun. Like false eyelashes, maybe? No. Waves of lashes pelt me, and I try to explain, but it's like trying to take a drink of water from a fire hose. Jerry Libby is rolling on the ground doubled up. This seems to be his favorite position for expressing glee. They're fake boobs, you idiot. Larry hollers at the top of his lungs. Jill puts falsies under her dress to make her chest stick out. He releases me from the headlock and I stumble backwards. Everybody's laughing at me. The older boys on the team with their pimpled faces and peach fuzz mustaches laugh the hardest at Larry's sexual innuendo. Jerry walks up to me, sympathy in his eyes. It'll be all right, Caleb, he says. Just as I start to feel better, he slugs my arm and cries, "Got you last!" Fight back, I tell myself, but all I do is pick up my ball cap and stomp away. My face feels on fire. Little Bobby just stares at me. He looks like a lost ball in tall weeds. Now I feel even worse. I'm a fool in my little brother's eyes, too. While baseball practice is agony, I muff every grounder they hit to me, and each time I come to bat, someone screams, "False teeth!" On purpose, I strike out quickly, just so I don't have to listen to it anymore. They keep up the razzing until Coach makes us run laps. Of course, they don't blame me for that, too. Finally, Coach shouts, "Bring it home," and mercifully practice ends. On the way home, Mama seems like her old self again. She buys us all lime slushes at Woody's Drive-In and hums along with the pop tunes playing on the Philco. "Larry," she says, "I'm afraid you're mistaken about Jill Parkin's teeth." The slush sucking stops. It's quiet. Too quiet. Larry swallows hard and then mealy mouths around for a while until Mama cuts him off. I did a little snooping around, boys. I called a lady in my bridge club, and her husband is Jill's dentist, so she called him to make a long story short. He said, "It's ridiculous. Jill has perfect teeth." In the backseat, Jerry looks like he wants to start giggling again, but his brother shakes him off like he does when they're pitching. "Yes, ma'am," Larry mumbles. "I'm surprised at Jill," Mama says. "I mean, the pageant is right around the corner, and she's running all over town with that boyfriend of hers." Mama huffs and her wispy bangs flutter in the exhalation. "I swear, he acts so fresh. and he drives a tow truck. That's why they call him Tow Willie, Mama, little Bobby says. She gives little Bobby one of her Technicolor smiles and tousles his red hair. I know, darling. Still, as pretty as Jill is, you'd think she would be able to find a nicer boy than him. Mama fluffs her hair and checks herself out in the mirror. I'll admit he is good looking in a cheap sort of way. She sighs and shakes her head, but bless his heart, that ducktail and that leather jacket make him look so tacky. Mama only uses the word tacky in matters of profoundly questionable taste, the social equivalent of a mortal sin on the immortal soul of fashion. Tow Willie stabbed a kid once, Mama, I say. Jill told me it was all just an accident, darling. When Mama calls me darling, I know everything will be all right. That's her love word. All the women in her bridge club have love words. Betty Chappelle's word is precious. Marge Dixon's word is pumpkin. Dorothy Renshaw's word is sweetie and soul. However, when Mama calls anyone darling, she means it as a verbal substitute for a hug. Larry Libby says, Tow Willie told me they were just playing West Side Story. Mama says, well, I still don't trust that boy. She purses her lips like she's trying to think of a nice, on the other hand, remark to say about Tow Willie, who we all know is the meanest, most irredeemable hood on Park Hill. Just take it from someone who's been there, Mama says. If Jill expects to become Miss North Little Rock, she better not fall in with bad companions. Rumors spread fast at pageant time. In the back seat, I overhear Jerry whispering to his brother, yeah, oh my gosh, she wears falsies. I think Mama hears it too. False teeth. Where do you kids get these stories? Now I'm certain Misunderstanding things runs in our family. Mama swallows hard and then quickly snaps open the top button of her dress. The plunging V in the middle of her chest disappears. We drive up Highway 107 to Park Hill and drop off the Libby twins. When we pull into our driveway on Cedar Street, my father's car is already in the garage. Mama rushes inside to greet him, but I am in no hurry. They're probably just kissing in the kitchen anyhow. Then I feel a tug at my uniform sleeve. Caleb, little Bobby says to me, what the heck are boobs?